very pleased to have with us on set Mr. Tim Schmidt from the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. Tim, thanks for your time, sir.
Hello, Cam. Fantastic to be here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Glad to have you. And, you know, yesterday I was looking at a story from Indiana. This was unbelievable to me. Just since 2012, Tim, there's been a 42% increase in Indiana for the number of women who are concealed carry holders. There are now more than 120,000 women in Indiana who are concealed carry holders. You want to talk about the popularity, the growth of concealed carry. Let's start with that figure right there. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we're seeing the same thing, that women and even millennials are some of the fastest growing demographic in our membership. So that's
really
great. Yep.
So what is the U.S. Concealed Carry Association all about then?
Yep. So the USCCA, our mission is to educate, train, and ensure responsibly armed Americans. We do that a variety of ways. We have a magazine we publish, Concealed Carry Magazine. But the big thing is a membership. People join that for the liability insurance. So when they're forced to shoot the bad guy, we cover their back.
Interesting. And how many members do you all have now?
We have 65,000 members and 120,000 subscribers.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, as we talk about, it's not just Indiana where we're seeing this growth. I think the latest estimate is over 8 million concealed carry holders in this country, and that is an explosive growth. Clearly, this is what I don't understand. The anti-gun folks, again, who say that they're not anti-gun at all, they're just in favor of common sense gun safety laws, like restricting concealed carry. That's the thing. They are opposed to the right to carry, right? All across the country, they've been arguing against the right to carry. They don't think that we have a right to keep and bear arms because they don't think we have a right to keep them. They don't think we have a right to bear them. They don't think it's a right at all.
Yeah, exactly, and that's crazy. I mean, the bottom line is that every state that's passed concealed carry legislation, crime goes down. And it's just a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've seen it in Illinois now. Shall issue concealed carry. I told Matt Hughes earlier that I saw my very first Illinois concealed carry license with a Chicago address today. That was, I got to tell you, I mean, we've been covering this issue since we signed on in 2004. And that's when we signed on, 2004, at the NRA annual meetings. And Ohio had just passed their concealed carry law, their very first one. It had just gone into effect. It had just been signed. And I remember talking to folks from Illinois at that annual meeting and them asking, when are we going to get it? And it felt like it was going to be forever, you know? Yeah. And so that day is finally here. Now, the real issue that we're litigating in court is again, whether or not this right is a real right, is whether we're going to recognize it as a real right, a meaningful right, or whether the anti-gun folks are going to get their way and say, nope, it's something that can be, it's a privilege that you have to ask permission for. You know, one of the cases that just came up before the U.S. Supreme Court, actually, they're considering this case this afternoon, the Drake case, deals with a guy who services ATMs for a living. He deals with large amounts of cash on a regular basis. He would like to have a firearm for self-defense. The issuing authorities in New Jersey said, nope, you have to have a documented specific threat to your life in order for you to get a concealed carry license.
And that kind of seems like it would be a little too late to get the gun after you've documented this threat, right? I mean, come on.
It does, right? I mean, I would think living in New Jersey would be good enough reason to want to defend your life.
That should be clear documentation, exactly.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing. It's not about need. Right. This is not about need. This is about our rights, right?
Exactly. I mean, and as far as I'm concerned, self-defense is a natural-born fundamental right that's simply affirmed by the Second Amendment.
Absolutely. So do you think we're going to continue seeing this really incredible growth in the number of concealed carry holders around the country?
You know, I really think so. It amazes to me, just at this NRA convention this year, the amount of women and younger people that are coming up to our booth has been amazing. And I really think that's where the growth is going to come from. And I do believe that it's becoming less, you know, I guess, negative to be interested in guns, and that's good.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, now again, the Bloombergs of the world, they want to make it unusual, abnormal, weird. They want to otherize the American gun owner out there, particularly the women who own guns in this country. Right. Yeah. I think they've got an uphill fight with that. If you've talked to any of the women here at the NRA annual meeting. In fact, I talked to a woman from right here in Indianapolis earlier today, and she told me, Tim, that over the past 2 years, she's had to defend herself with her firearm 3 times in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Now go tell her that she's better off without a gun.
Yeah, exactly. As far as I'm concerned, if we can get Illinois to pass concealed carry, then we're making progress.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're going to keep it up. So if folks are coming out to the NRA annual meeting, if they're already here, where can they find you and the folks of the U.S. Concealed Carry Association?
Yep, so the USCCA is at booth 8454.
Okay.
And we're giving away free copies of our magazine, and we're having a great time.
All right, if folks can't make it out to the NRA annual meeting, where can they find you online?
Best place is uscca.com.
All right, Tim, thank you so much for what you're doing, sir. Appreciate it, and glad we could spend some time together today.
Thank you, Cam.